Molo Sanbonani, hello, how's it? Shalom and goedemiddag, and welcome to vlog 53 of the BDL show. Yeah, man, as you guys know, if you've been following on social media, I'm headed to Senekal in the Free State. It's a town that's been described right now as a potential powder keg, where you effectively have two interest groupings who are going to meet in what can only be described as a rather claustrophobic town for something like this. I mean, I'm sure the local residents themselves would have never have seen or anticipated something on this grand scale, where a whole country descends on a small town. Who am I talking about? I'm talking, of course, about the farming community in that part of the world, who will be appearing once again or outside the courtroom in Senekal to protest, to raise their voices, and to basically voice their opinions in disapproval of, number one, the violent murder of young 21-year-old Brendin Horner, who was a farm manager in that part of the world, a young man who really had his whole life ahead of him, but was savagely murdered by two suspects who will make another appearance in the Senekal Court tomorrow. The other side, of course, that will be there to demonstrate, although I think their intentions sound rather nefarious, but let me not impugn them quite yet, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, is the economic freedom fighters, led, of course, by their so-called commander-in-chief, Julius Malema, who, upon asking his members to go there, cited, I quote, "fighters attack" in a tweet. So that's the basis of me questioning their motive as to why exactly they are going to appear tomorrow. But yeah, with that being said, I'll be there tomorrow, and I'm currently traveling in the car. So if, just in case you hear me refer to we, with some colleagues in here, and I'll show you those fellas in subsequent vlogs. But just a very quick thought on, as we drive to Senekal. We're currently on the N1, just past Beaufort West. There is something to be said about the nature of South African society when small little issues like these, and let me take two steps back, it's not a small issue, but issues like these rather, rear their ugly head once again, where an issue that all of us as South Africans face, which is the violent crime, the murder of South Africans in all communities, and really, in this particular instance, in our farming communities, which are worse off insofar as them being far from help. I mean, you might find the average farm in some cases, is more than 10, 12, 15, 20 kilometers from the nearest police station. But the point I was driving at is an issue which should unite us as South Africans often has these vested interest groupings, each with their own agenda, sometimes nefarious agendas, seeking to create their little hookies to which they can push their narratives from. And you're seeing that in this particular instance, in this particular case, where the EFF, for instance, it begs the question, why exactly are they going down to Senekal? What is the real purpose of that? On face value, they say, it's to defend state property and to defend the court. Really? The EFF? Defending state property? Or defending property, period? I feel like there's a trail of destroyed public property and including private property that would disagree with this being a motive of the EFF, which therefore brings me to perhaps assume rather safely that the latter bit of Malema's tweet or Malema's instruction to his fighters, the fighters attack, close quote, is perhaps exactly why they're there. And that is a very dangerous situation to find ourselves in as South Africans. I say this because we live in a country where the state doesn't really play what is one legitimate role of the state, which is to provide security to our life, our liberty, and our property rights. So, with that being said, as a precursory thought, I do hope, as we drive to this town, that the South African police services are ready for whatever happens. And again, this is me not saying that because I want something to happen. Of course not. But one would hope that the state actually plays their rightful responsibility in this instance and provide security and safety for everybody who will be there. With that being said, I'm under no illusions. I would strongly advise the farming community who do pitch up there, who do want to come and voice their opinions, not to be antagonized. Not to be antagonized. Do not lose your cool, because that is exactly what the EFF want, and I can assure you the throng of mainstream media who will be there will also be looking for that, because they will not show images of you being provoked, and they will not show the images of you being antagonized, but they will definitely show images of you responding if your response is chaotic, disorderly, and violent. The things that I've argued in a previous vlog that you shouldn't be, because that is an effort at distracting you and dribbling you. Food for thought, guys. Food for thought as we drive to there. Do not be antagonized. Do not be provoked into doing something that you really is not within your character and should never be in your character. Especially when I make the argument that we should be the sort of people who are a faith, flag, family, and freedom type people. There should be zero tolerance for us being dribbled or provoked or antagonized and then acting in a chaotic and disorderly way. So that those farmers who are there, I really encourage you guys, protect yourselves, defend yourselves, but remember why you're there. You're there for Brendin Horner. You're there for justice. You're there to raise your voice and protest and draw that line in the sand with this government and say enough is enough. You will no longer tolerate living in a society where your life is seen as cheap and disposable. That is why we are there. Those of us who are part of the Stop Farm Murders lobby in this country broadly, that is why we are there. There has to be a raising of the volume of those of us who are moderate voices in this issue, to say that we're here to stop farm murders and to save rural South Africa. Hashtag save rural South Africa, because that's why we do what we do. That's the fight that we're in. So guys, don't be antagonized. Please be safe, protect yourselves, and let's actually honor the memory of young Brendin and demand the justice that he and the many other South Africans in this country who are victims of violent crime are actually due. That's my thought, guys. Pop some comments in, send the tweets through. Whenever we stop, I do get a chance to read some of those comments and your tweets. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to the Big Daddy Liberty channel on YouTube. And of course, like the page. That's both the Big Daddy Liberty and the Big Daddy Liberty Show on Facebook. Guys, thank you so much. I will see you rather soon. If you're going to be in Senegal, say hi, please. I will be there to produce an episode of the BDL show as we talk to everybody who's there, the farmers, the EFF guys, and really the local residents, to find out what they think about this entire situation. Anyway, that's my show, guys. Remember, you can support the work. You can donate $1 to my cause and to the Big Daddy Liberty Show via Patreon or PayPal. That's $1 a month, or even just 20 Rand a month. Super appreciate it, guys. And I'll see you in Senekal. And with that being said, a quick reminder for you to never trust a commie.